we are going to be having a look at inverses. Let us first have a look at numbers that we need to divide in order to get an answer of 1. So as you can see here, all these answers are 1, except for this one at the end, which we'll work out just now. So what number do I need to divide 8 by in order to get an answer of 1? We know that we need to divide any number by itself in order to get an answer of 1. So these will be very straightforward. 8 divided by what gives you 1? 8 divided by itself gives you an answer of 1. 907 divided by what will give you an answer of 1? 907 divided by itself will give you an answer of 1. What number divided by 3.6 will give you an answer of 1? 3.6. Because these numbers here just have to be the same when we are dividing in order to get an answer of 1. So as you can see, the decimals are in exactly the same place, and that makes that number the same number. So 0.42, what are we going to divide 0.42 by, or what number will be here? We just know that it's going to be the same number. So 0.42 divided by 0.42 will give us an answer of 1. And it's exactly the same, so it's the same here with whole numbers, it's the same with decimals, as we can see there, and it's going to be exactly the same with fractions as well. So 2 over 7 divided by what will give me an answer of 1? 2 over 7 divided by 2 over 7 will give me an answer of 1, because 2 over 7 is equal to 2 over 7. Right, so 7.06 divided by 7.06, because these two numbers are exactly the same, we will get an answer of 1. Right, so when we are now multiplying these same numbers by something to get 1, we need to multiply those numbers by their inverses. So this something there that we need to find out has to be the inverse of this number. So what is an inverse? An inverse of a number such as 8 is, what we first need to do is get 8 into its fraction form, which is 8 over 1. And the inverse of 8, or 8 over 1, is simply swapping or flipping over your fraction so that your numerator becomes your denominator and your denominator becomes your numerator. So the inverse of 8 over 1 will be 1 over 8. And whenever we multiply inverses together, we end up with an answer of 1. So as you can see, this answer here would be 8 times 1 is 8. And 1 times 8 is 8, and that gives us an answer of 1 whole, which is what we are looking for. And you can also cross cancel if you would like, and you end up with 1 times 1 and 1 times 1, which is 1 over 1, which is again equal to 1 whole. So what do we need to multiply 8 by to get an answer of 1? We need to multiply it by its inverse. So remember that when we are dividing certain numbers by something to get 1, we divide that number by itself to get 1. But when we are now multiplying this number by something to get 1, we need to multiply that number by its inverse in order to get an answer of 1. Right, so when we are working with whole numbers, like with 8 and with 907, we need to get those whole numbers into fractions. So remember that any whole number is just that number over 1, and then you convert that into its fraction, into its inverse, now that it's in its fraction form, which is just flipping the numerator and the denominator, so you end up with 1 over 907. So multiplying 907 by 1 over 907 will give us an answer of 1. Right, so now when we are working with decimals, it gets a little bit more tricky because we need to first convert out our decimals into fractions, and then from our fractions it's easy because then we just flip the numerator and the denominator. So it's not very difficult, there's just another step involved. So 3.6 as a fraction is equal to 36 over 10, which is equal to, as a simplified fraction, is equal to 18 over 5 because we divide both our numerator and our denominator by 2. Right, so 18 over 5 is our simplified fraction, and getting 18 over 5 into its inverse, I just flip the numerator and the denominator to get an answer of 5 over 18. So 5 over 18 multiplied by 3.6 will give you an answer of 1 because 5 over 18 is the inverse of 3.6. Right, so let's have a look now at 0.42. 0.42 as a fraction is 42 over 100, which we can simplify to 21 over 50, and that as an inverse is 50 over 21. So multiplying 50 over 21 by its inverse, which is 0.42, we will get an answer of 1. Right, let's have a look at 7 over 2. Sorry, 2 over 7. The inverse will be 7 over 2 because we simply flip our numerator and our denominator. So multiplying 2 over 7 by 7 over 2, or we can say that this is 3.5, which is our mixed number, but we obviously need to convert it into 7 over 2 into our improper fraction when we are multiplying. And 2 over 7 multiplied by 7 over 2 will give us an answer of 14 over 14, which gives us an answer of 1 whole. Right, so 7.06 multiplied by what will give us an answer of 1. Again, we need to convert 7.06 into its fraction form, which will be 706 over 100. And we can simplify that to, we can divide them both by 2 to get an answer of 353 over 50. And this, as an inverse, will be 50 over 353. So 50 over 353 is the inverse of 7.06. So multiplying 7.06 by 50 over 353 will give us an answer of 1 whole. We are going to have a look at what we need to divide a certain number by in order to get a certain number, and what we need to times that same number by to get the same answer. So 72 divided by 10 gives us an answer of 7.2. So that same number 72 multiplied by what will give us that same answer, 7.2. So because over here we were dividing by 10, we now need to multiply by the inverse of 10, which is 1 over 10. Because remember, 10 is equal to 10 over 1 because it is a whole number. So the inverse of 10 over 1 is 1 over 10. So 72 multiplied by 1 over 10 is equivalent to 72 divided by 10, and that they will both give us an answer of 7.2. Right, 0.8 multiplied by 100 will give us an answer of 80. Now 0.8 divided by what will also give us an answer of 80. We just need to, because we were timesing here and now we are dividing, it doesn't matter which way around we do it, as long as when your signs are opposite, so you've got times and divide. If you are using 100 for the one sign, then you use the inverse for the other sign, and you will then get the same answer. So the inverse of 100 is 1 over 100. and we get an answer of 80. So 0.8 divided by 1 over 100 is equal to 80. And remember that the reason for that is because when we are working with fractions and we are dividing with fractions, we need to flip the second fraction to become a multiplication. So if we've got 0.8, which is 8 over 10, divided by 1 over 100, that is equal to 8 over 10 multiplied. Okay, we change our division into a multiplication, and in order to do that we have to flip the second fraction. So our 1 over 100 becomes 100 over 1, and then we can cross cancel and we end up with 80 over 1, or just 80. Right, so looking here at 9.02 divided by 100, that will give us an answer of 0.0902. Now, what are we going to multiply 9.02 by to get that same answer? We are going to multiply it by its inverse, which is 1 over 100. So multiplying 9.02 by 1 over 100 is exactly the same as dividing 9.02 by 100, and that is because 100 and 1 over 100 are inverses. Let's have a look at 54.6 multiplied by 1000. That will give us an answer of 54600. Now, what are we going to divide 54.6 by to get that same answer? We are going to divide it by its inverse, which is 1 over 1000. So 54.6 divided by 1 over 1000, it will give us the same answer as when we multiply 54.6 by 1000. Let's have a look at 104.5 multiplied by 10. That will give us an answer of 1045. Now, what are we going to divide 104.5 by to get that same answer? We are going to divide it by its inverse. So we divide it by 1 over 10, and we find out that 104.5 multiplied by 10 gives us the same answer as 104.5 divided by 10's inverse, which is 1 over 10.